Hi, everyone. My name is Rena Burton, and I'm the director of the Academic Resource Center at the University of California Riverside. Um, our office has been using Accudemia for a while now, and so was definitely excited for the opportunity to share with you all how we use it and about some of our future plans for using Accudemia. I do want to acknowledge some of the Academic Resource Center staff that are on the call today. So we have Anita, Eric, Mary, and Andy joining us, and so definitely you all, if there's something that I leave out, feel free to jump in. So first I wanted just to give some background about UC Riverside. So we are one of 10 campuses in the University of California system. We here at UCR, we're made up of 7 schools and colleges, including a School of Medicine, a College of Engineering, as well as a School of Public Policy and Education, and just some other highlights from our university. So we've been ranked #1 in the United States for social mobility for 3 years in a row. We're one of the nation's top 12 public universities. Currently, we have about 26,000 students here at UCR, with 22,000 of them being undergraduate students.
Rena, if you're sharing the presentation right now, we can only see the back end of PowerPoint, so we're not seeing your slides on full screen, just FYI.
Oh, not?
No, you might have just shared the one window. That sometimes happens.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I know I'm sure you put a lot of work into it, so we want to make sure everybody gets to see it.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me do end show real quick. And okay. Do stop sharing. I'm not sure what I did wrong.
So when you click share content, you might have clicked window instead of screen, unless you have two monitors.
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you just have to tell it which monitor you want it to show. That's when I do a presentation, I usually have it on like this monitor.
It is. Okay. Share screen. And okay. What can you see now?
Oh, yeah, we can see the slides now. Yep.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So can you see that one? We're good. Awesome. Okay. So again, we have about 26,000 students, with 22,000 being undergraduate students, which is important to us because in the Academic Resource Center, we serve UCR's undergraduate population. So the Academic Resource Center, we're the office on campus that provides academic and other support services to UCR's undergraduate population. So we're the only department on campus to provide kind of like centralized services open to everyone. We have 10 different programs, and we're staffed by about 16 full-time employees and around 180 student employees. So some of our programs include tutoring, supplemental instruction, and a number of peer mentoring and peer education programs. And on an annual basis, we see about 6,500 students. So here are some different ways that we utilize Accudemia. So for scheduling, we use it to schedule our student employees. So we input their schedules into the system so that we can see obviously who is working when, and to make sure we have enough coverage daily. We also use it to schedule the student appointments as well as our different events. So in addition to our various programs like tutoring, supplemental instruction, we have various academic enrichment programs that we do throughout the year, usually around midterms and finals. So for example, one of our kind of popular programs is called Breakfast After Dark. And we offer drop-in tutoring and other services in the evening, close to finals week, and then we serve students breakfast food, and they think that's really cool. So it's called Breakfast After Dark. And so we use the scheduling options for those types of programs as well. I would say what we probably use it for the most is its tracking ability. So checking students in for our appointments and events, as well as reviewing student appointments weekly so that we know who is utilizing the center. And it also helps us to, when we're doing kind of specific marketing for programs. So if we're having a program specifically for second-year students, we can look and see who attended appointments that week and use that information to contact them for specific events. We also use it to track trends in our usage. So we look at use it to see the number of students that use the ARC annually, as well as the number of visits that we see annually and quarterly. This is especially helpful when it comes to opportunities we have maybe to apply for grants and other funding. A lot of times those applications ask how many students do we see on a regular basis, or about approximately how many visits we have, and Accudemia makes it really easy to access that information. Even just this week, one of the associate deans in our School of Education reached out to me to ask about how many students we see annually, and it was great to just already have that information available. We also look at peak times of usage. So it's been helpful in allowing us to see what times of day are more busy for us so that we can make sure we have appropriate staffing, what days of the week tend to be busier, as well as specific times of the quarter. So from using Accudemia, we've seen that our peak time of day is usually between 10 and 2 during the week. Our kind of the days that are more busy for us tend to be Wednesday, Thursday, and times of the quarter. I'm sure as many of us can see, around midterm time, our usage goes up and then it kind of drops off. And then toward the end of the quarter, as students are preparing for finals, it goes back up again. We also look at specific student populations that use our center. So for example, athletics will reach out to us if they want to see if student athletes are using our services, as well as our other campus partners such as TRIO programs or even the cultural and gender programming offices will ask us to see if their students are utilizing our center. We also use it to see course demand. So we like to see, for example, is calculus more popular than other math courses, and then use that information again for our hiring practices and to make sure that we are staffing our center appropriately. We also use it to help us communicate with students. So as well as our staff. So students will include notes about the questions that they have in preparation for their tutoring sessions, which then help the tutors to prepare for their appointments to make sure that they're answering the student questions. And then we also, again, use email addresses to contact students about various programming here in the department. So Accudemia was especially helpful to us while our campus was closed as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. We used it to create virtual sessions with Zoom links and also real-time management to see who was in different sessions at a specific time. Other uses, we also have customized the home screen to promote our events. And we use it for our session notes to help provide consistency with appointments. So if a student comes in for tutoring and they come in again for tutoring and it's the same course or same subject, and it's a different tutor, that tutor can see the notes and just kind of help be consistent across those appointments. So future uses and needs, we plan to take a look at how we can utilize the after visit surveys. We would like to see like a text messaging, using the text messaging feature maybe. And then some other things that we would like to see. I've received feedback from staff that said if there was an easier way to see detailed student information on the view all appointments screen. And then also if there was a way to lock or restrict access when someone with administrative access is making changes in Accudemia. So we've had some situations where someone with administrative access is trying to schedule an appointment or make another change. and then a student or someone else, you know, is in the system and like takes an appointment or makes a, you know, registers for something when we were trying to utilize it at that time. And that's it. I know that was less than 15 minutes, very quick, but
okay.
So if there's any questions, I can definitely answer. And like I said, some of the staff is on here too, in case they wanted to hop in.
Yeah. If anyone has any questions for Rena, please feel free to put that. Again, you can put that in the chat or you can unmute yourself. I'd like to know a little bit more about the home screen, and I don't know if you can show that to us or kind of just tell us a little bit about how you've been utilizing that to promote events and how successful that has been and what that looks like from your end.
Yes, so right now we don't have any events that are posted there happening, but in the past we've used like that front page where students can log into Accudemia, well, when they first log in, to promote our academic enrichment event. So like our breakfast after dark event, our open house event. We've seen it there so that when students, as soon as they log in, they see that information and know that we have an event coming up.
Do you share the calendar? Do you share like a calendar so that they can see what's coming up in the center and maybe in other parts of campus?
No, we haven't used the calendar feature. We've just used the space where you can just
the announcements.
Yeah, the announcements, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I would definitely think about if even if you just have a Google Calendar that you maintain that just has any upcoming events, and then you can embed that into the home screen, and they can see those events coming up. That might be a good way to additionally enhance that feature. But I'm excited that you're using that page. Does anyone else have any questions for Rena or for her team?
Yes, and if people from the ARC, if there's anything I left out, feel free to share at this time.